Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in, if you are tuning in. YouTube game sounds a bit because this Av8-B does get a bit noisy. So I'm just getting this everything set up. Hope you can hear me, hope you can hear game sound. I've reduced game sound a bit. Can get a little bit noisy. So this is the Av8-B, you haven't seen before. Av8-B is the American designation for the Harrier 2. Oh, your airfield's open, you're a lucky man. If my airfield is open, unfortunately not. Okay, so Av8-B Vtol vertical takeoff and landing. Quite an amazing achievement. They decided they created the Av8A in the 1967 it first flew. Do you believe that? I mean, the microprocessor wasn't out then. Before I was born. So I should be all fueled up. Yeah, so you can see what I'm carrying. 49% fuel. I've got rockets on board and the GAL-12. Now, why am I not carrying full fuel is because the Av8-B, the maximum takeoff weight for VTOL was about 23,000 pounds. So I'm staying below that. You load more fuel, you load more ordnance, weapons, then you wouldn't be able to take off. Simple as that. Okay, Mason, you're right. Let's go. Now, it's not just as simple as going. You do have to do a few things before you can get in the air. So the first thing, flaps. So we have to put flaps down to stall position, nose wheel steering. What else? Then we've got water. We've got 500 pounds of water on board, and we have to turn the pump on for that in case the engine were to exceed its performance. Okay, this game is for PC, DCS, Digital Combat Simulator. Head-up display, a few things we've got here. We have got, this is radar, no sorry, altitude. I'm just going to switch that to radar, so it's radar from the ground. This is airspeed, probably that's wind speed we're reading there. This is our RPM 0 to 100%. We need to ensure we don't exceed 100%. Yeah, Nick, you need to be patient and calm down. Some people do want to know. F-18's taking off in front of us. J. Temperature, jet temperature. This is the nozzle degrees for the 4 nozzles, and this is flaps. All right, that's all I'm going to tell you. Put it into vertical jet mode. It is. So vertical jet mode. So nozzles. There we've got nozzles. Okay. So I need to be set at about 84-ish. So there we go. So I'm going to try and take off from outside view. Wheel brakes off. Increasing power. means I can't go, if I exceeded 25 degrees, then I burn the flaps. So the flaps have to come up first. So I'm good now, should be good. Turn the water system off as well, and I'm flying. So takeoff, has to be said, is a lot simpler than landing. Landing. And I'm going to, in a moment, I'm going to try and land on an aircraft carrier, which I think is suicidal, but I'm going to try anyway. So we're going to shoot up some targets first. You can see in the distance, that's trim. You can see some explosions going on. So so I need to set master arm, air to ground mode, menu, stores, and select my rockets, and we're good. Zoom into the HUD a bit more. You can see the pipper. That thick round circle is, with the dot in the middle, is what I use for targeting. It'll unwind to show me the effective range. And firing, firing, firing. Tommy, this is DCS, Digital Combat Simulator, for PC. That's where I took off from. So turning in. .430 knots. Now I'm in multiplayer mode. There are other players flying different aircraft. Yes, I did VTOL. I did vertically take off, Caroline, and I'm going to land on a carrier in a minute. Firing, 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 firing. I've got one rocket left, so I might as well use that. Hey, Nagin, 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 Nagan. Hey, Dr. Nugget. Hey, Tommy, how you doing? Flying the Av8-B Harrier 2. In the Digital Combat Simulator. Okay, so should be a fuel tank on the inside of it this time. With my remaining rockets. Lining up. So it's just on the other side of the runway. There. Wait for the pipper to unwind. Show my effective range. Unwinding now. Ready to launch. Release. Hit. Through the flames. There we go. Right. So that's more or less all my rockets used. Let's assume I've accomplished my mission. And I'm going to attempt to carry a landing. We've got an F-18 on board, but he's out of the way. Now this is not easy. And I've not done it before, so if it all goes wrong, don't be surprised. So, because there's like a million things to do here. So, first thing, master arm off. Vtol mode on. $336 knots, just under 4,000 feet. Cancel the master caution, probably because I put air gear down a bit early, but never mind. So the thing with landing vertically is as you slow down you lose lift. So I've got flaps 25 degrees, but as I increase the nozzle to give me vertical lift from the nozzles, then I lose aerodynamic lift. Mile away, 3,500 feet, is that 200 knots? So I'm going to go to 65% on the nozzles in a minute. Lose some altitude. Coming down to 3,000 feet. Yeah, it's a bit high. But I wanted to get it done. Probably, I can't remember now. Coming down to 2,500 feet. So, nozzle 65 degrees, which isn't, so the nozzles are pushing me forwards, the flaps come in automatically at 62 degrees. Increasing power. My sink rate is 900 feet per minute. That's reducing. $850, $750. So our forward speed is 108. Now the aircraft carrier is probably doing 25, 30 knots. So our relative speed is 60. I'm a bit high. I'm trying to lose height. I know that. Believe me, I'm being very gentle on the stick. And I'm way high. I might have to go around here. So I'm at 500 feet. Slowly. You have to, and there's no yaw control, important to share that. There is no yaw control on the Av8-B. You have to do this very gently. And I'm almost tipping too much there. But we'll get there. Hey Charles, how you doing? Am I using a joystick? Yes, I'm using a joystick. I'm using the Thrustmaster A10 setup. You wouldn't believe how many buttons are on this thing. Where is this aircraft carrier? What I really need is head tracking so that I can look sideways. Patience is a virtue. Come on. There's the carrier. Better height this time. You have to be so delicate with the controls and the power. Gliding up, decreasing power, sync rate 550 feet per minute. increasing power, reducing the sink rate. What? Stop! Oh. Oh man, it's so close. I think I was just slightly too high. It wasn't bad for a first attempt. Oh. No. Isn't it just as well? You can reset and try again. Oh my god, that was so close. And considering I overshot, I was too high the first time. And I did such a delicate job of going around, very tentatively going around. Yeah, you're right, Joel. Joel, man, I would never dream of flying. What will I do next? I'm saying I'm going to try again. This takes 3 or 4 minutes to start up, so bear with me. I've already started the automatic startup sequence. It just takes a little while. So again, selecting my weapons. These things wouldn't be fun if it was easy. You got to try, and you know it's a challenge.
Request refueling. Request
Oh
rearming.
dear. God, the concentration you have to exert when you're doing that is unreal. Joel, I can't imagine what it's going to be like for you when you fly your Av8-B. I mean, Joel, if you don't know, Joel, who's on the chat, Joel Blashoff, is has actually designed and building a very large radio-controlled Av8-B. So, what I'm demonstrating here is the challenge of VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing. It is immensely difficult, and what is amazing is that the Av8A came out in the late 60s. I think it first flew back in 1967. 1967. That's, I mean, ridiculous. I mean, the microprocessor had only just come out in the late 60s, hadn't it? So, an amazing feat of engineering, this thing. So, what else is... This is a fantastic sim if you haven't seen it before. This is a multiplayer session. So, other players who have downloaded DCS. Even fixed wing aircraft. What's that? It's an FW-190, isn't it? What's the Wolf 190? You can actually do mid-air refueling as well. Although that's what's they call that? AWAC. That's for refueling. The refueling nozzle at the back. F-18 coming into land. Maybe it's going around again, so after going around. I think I'm on the beta trip, because I think everybody else is, aren't they? F-14, I've never tried that. But it's worth adding that all of the aircraft, with the exception of the F-14, I think you can, a free download at the moment, you can try them for the next month or so. And various target aircraft, drone aircraft that you can shoot down. Helicopters as well. So a nice view. I think we're probably ready to go now. So should we try that again? I'm going to try one more time. No guarantees. No guarantees, but if you don't try, you never know. So flaps set, water on. Now the water here level is here, so I've got 500 pounds of water on board. Distilled water that is fed into the combustion chambers in the engine should I overtemp the engine, which you can typically do in VTOL. So there's a gauge here that will tell you if you're in danger of doing that. So this is the temperature of the pipe, this is the percentage RPM that I've got going on. You should be landing on Tarawara. I can't be bothered. I like the big aircraft carrier. Don't have to follow the rules, you know. So let's put nozzles down to 85 degrees, so you can see the nozzles on the side there. I've got that on a slider. Right, so we'll try again. Flaps, 25 degrees. Brakes off, but holding on the brake. Here we go. Power gently, holding on the brake. High twist going up. You'll see the front nose leg very light first. Parking brake is off, otherwise I wouldn't get a power up. I'm holding on the wheel brake until I get near it. Otherwise it's rolling. Back on board. Trim for level. Not bad, better than my landings. Right, so selecting air to ground, master arm on, menu, stalls, and rockets selected. Zoom into the HUD. So let's do some runs on that runway. So there's just some targets on a couple of intersecting runways down the coastline. So we'll do 2 or 3 passes, use up some of my weapons. Truth is, probably most of the targets have been taken out by now. They don't regenerate within the session, and the server reboots every couple of hours and resets the targets. My altitude based off radar rather than barometric. So you see most things on the runway are being shot up, it looks like. Maybe except for that. So you'll see the pipper, I think that's what they call it, it will unwind as I'm within range. And should unwind soon. Now. Firing. Firing. I can't line up unless I'm doing it from the in-cockpit perspective. Pulling a few G. Bring it around, bring it around, bring it around. To any targets.
Pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up.
I think this guy hasn't been hit. Actually, this guy. Beautiful. Incoming.
Pull up, pull up.
Whoa! And we'll do one more pass. So this is quite a dynamic multiplayer environment. You'll see there's train tracks, railway down there. You see trains which you can also hit if you want to, cars and all that type of stuff. So I don't think there's anything on the runway. Everything's smouldering wreckage. So we'll go for the buildings. And I'll just launch all the rest of my weapons.
pull up,
for the rest of my rockets.
pull up, pull up.
That was a lot of
Pull up,
rockets.
pull up.
Taking off to go to the carrier. Okay, here we are again. Increasing my power. The carrier. No, that's not the carrier. The carrier it is. I get this wrong sometimes. I mean, I imagine you can't see it quite clearly, but to me they're just a few pixels on the screen as well. So, trim, trim, trim. So, master arm off, Vtol mode. So, mistake last time was coming in too high. Definitely too high. Landing gear out too early. So it's important to understand what you did wrong. I don't really want to go around when I'm hovering. So definitely lower, so I've got to lose some height. And the important thing when you've switched over mostly to lift from those nozzles when they're at 65 degrees or more, if your sink rate becomes quite high, you'll never get back from that, because the engines are not powerful to slow you down and then get you hovering again. That's probably still true of the F-35B. Right, so slowly coming down. We're going to put down flaps in a minute. Flaps at 7 degrees. Landing gear out below 250. Copy. That will introduce drag. Let's do that. And air brake down. See the airspeed come down below 200 now. Flaps have automatically come down to 25 degrees. Water on. Water on, okay. Water on for landing. I think that's that button. Water is not on. It is now. Shut up, I'm not going to eject. I'm just going to get a little bit closer and then go to 65 degrees on the nozzles. Losing a bit more height. Airspeed 173. As you go to the vertical lift too early, it just takes forever. Deck is clear. And the carrier is actually moving. It's moving away from me, but it's at 30 knots probably, and I'm at 178, so I will catch it. Altitude still decreasing. Okay, check. Thanks for that. Water's now on. Mine looks good, altitude looks good. But I'm quite fast, so now I'm going to switch to nozzles at 65. Airspeed coming down. Flaps should kick in. Full flaps in. Speed coming down. 1290 on altitude. On airspeed. Up for takeoff on water, yeah, copy that, it's up on water. Airspeed 97. Coming down a little bit fast. More power, more power. Reducing, or don't go too low here. 97. I know, man. There is no fast way of doing this unless somebody wants to correct me. If somebody thinks there's a faster way of doing this, you need to tell me, because oh, took my eye off the ball there. Bit fast. Oh, blimey, it wasn't bad for a second attempt. 0 degrees. Is my nose steering on? No. Whoa. I landed an Av8-B. That is like balancing 5 different things at the same time. It's immensely fun to do. If you watch videos on YouTube of the real Harrier pilots doing it, it is quite amazing. They make it look so easy. Gotcha. Should have done that when I touched down, go like to 99 and it would explain my forward movement. Copy that. Woo! Amazing. Great fun. Now I'll just bring up the loadout menu and let's go to 50%. Now I had to, for some reason, reloading. Didn't do it last time, so I'm just making sure.
Request refueling. Request rearming.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for all the advice.
Copy.
Should we watch this F-18 take off? This is an interesting thing. I was flying the F-18 last week. So you see him get, if you watch the nose wheel, there's a bar. You see that bar come down? And that gets hooked up with the catapult. And then the blaster has come, the blast door has come, deflector has come back and back, come up. Oh, velocity vector. There's probably things I'm not using, Chris, that I should be. I'm gonna have to say I have watched the Grim Reapers videos, which are, there he goes. Nice launch.
Refueling complete.
Refueling completed up to 50%. And my weapons should be being reloaded. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So if I line up the witch's hat, Chris is explaining that the witch's hat, so right in the middle of the head-up display there, so if I've got that rearming complete, so that witch's hat, if I have it lined up with the deck, then I touch down 3 wheels. 104th Maverick tutorials. Okay, I'll look them up. I'm kind of addicted to Cap on Grim Reapers at the moment, but I'll look that one up. Right, okay, so brakes off. I'm at 0 degrees on nozzles, flaps. So let's taxi to the back of the deck. You must spend so much time learning all this stuff to do with these aircraft. Credit to him, he works very hard on this channel. So let's put the parking brake on, and so water on for, oh no, up for takeoff. I had it wrong, didn't I? I had it up for takeoff. Up when I was landing. It should have been down, shouldn't it, Chris? That's down, landing. I had it wrong. No wonder it was a bit unstable. Cool. And flaps. That'll do. There we go. And then nozzles set to 84. Pitch up all your nozzles. Gotcha. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Down for landing. I don't know what I was thinking. So we're set for takeoff from the Harrier. Oh, not too much stress. Brakes off, but I'm going to hold on the brakes so I don't roll. Slowly ramping up the power. Now he tells me. My only fear, Chris, is rolling backwards or sliding backwards. I'd rather be going forwards. So, although I take your word for it, I'm going to go 83. Oh no, okay, no, forwards would be more, wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't. So I'm going to go 83. Hey, cheers Matthew, thanks for checking in. Holding on the rear brake. So you're saying 84, 82. All right, I'll take your word for it. 82. Jeez, he's got me all paranoid now. Turn off the water. Water off. Flaps. Flaps up. And going to 0 on the nozzles. Thanks. That was a bit better. I was a bit worried about sliding backwards. Right, so heading back to the land, the land. Trim for level flight, and we can go menu, stores, execute, master arm on, and get back. We'll go back to the same airfield, shoot up the airfield, and then go back to the airfield. I think this time, I'm sure I'm not going back to the carrier. That was way too stressful. This is supposed to be fun, for God's sake. I was having kittens. So the airfield I'm gonna land at is there. And first I'm gonna go and see what else I can shoot up down here. So it looks like there are some spare explosion on the runway.
Power. Pull up.
Looks like there are targets on the right side of the runway available. and the left. There's one on the left. So let's go hunting. Yeah, I have to say I'm running a very high spec graphics card, NVIDIA RTX 2080 Ti, which is probably still the best one that you can get, I think. Quite amazing. 4K at 60 frames a second. Oh, somebody's just taken it out. Cheeky mother.
Pull up, pull up,
Diverting
pull up, pull up,
to this
pull
one.
up, pull up.
Pivot unwinding. Firing. This tree. Over the trees.
Pull up.
Thanks Finn, take care. Thanks for tuning in. So in case you've just tuned in, I'm flying an Av8-B Harrier 2. Just an awesome, awesome machine. Yeah, please like the stream, like, subscribe. Very much appreciated. Thrilled to say, I have now passed 500,000 subscribers, 500,000 subscribers, just over 10 years I've been running this YouTube channel. So quite something to get to that point. Hey Maxine. So let's turn back to target. It's a jet, man, it's going to be loud. Coming in on target. We've got a couple of vehicles not destroyed. Sharp turn in.
Roll out, roll out. Pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up.
Firing. Firing.
Pull up, pull up.
Thanks, Crafting. It's been quite a lot better, I have to say. Shall I do one more? One more pass, and then I'm going to set for a landing. Some G's. Go, go, go! Lined up. I think I'll go for the buildings.
Pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull
Pivot
up.
unwinding. Firing.
pull up.
Through the trees. Yeah, I hear what you're saying about Joel, but he's a persistent guy. I don't know. Rainey's up there as well. If you haven't subscribed to Rainey RC's channel, do that. If you've not subscribed to Joel's channel, do that. They both have really interesting RC projects going on that you should not miss out on. And remember to hit the bell icon as well, because that'll notify you when they do uploads. I think generally they're doing weekly uploads. Essential RC, that's me. I do daily, more or less. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Oh, where the hell is this airfield? Might not get this on the first attempt. There it is. So, flaps. Jeez, I hate doing these things in a hurry. Master caution, gear down. Has to be said, I am hurrying. I put gear down too early, but I don't care. I'm just hurrying. Oh, blimey, I didn't. Hold on. And V-stall mode. God. I'm not going to pull this off. It's ridiculous. I don't even know where the hell I am. Sinking quite quickly. Feet, 9, 8, so, yeah. This is where the ground comes up to meet you quite quickly. So, coming down. Airfield is below me. And the unfortunate thing is, it's below me, I can't actually see it. I'm sure I'll pick it up in a minute as I get lower. So I've reduced my rate of descent quite nicely. I just need to find somewhere nice to land. 84 degrees on the nozzles. There's the bloody airfield. There it is. Hallelujah.
Marshall 054, marking maps 159, 419, Angels 2, state 7.3. 054. Fly heading 346. Flight 1.
You've got to love this. This is so much fun.
Runway 02 to pattern altitude.
And the fact that it's in a multiplayer environment, so lots of other stuff going on at the same time. You can see two aircraft on the tarmac over there and one taxiing out. Full flap. Well, that's what I've got on. It's just not gone down to full flap for some reason, Chris, and I can't. It might be my control binding doesn't allow it to go down. So I'm going to have to set down on the move. Probably. Oh, look at the Vigan takeoff. Two other Av8-Bs on the runway. Nearly landed on another Av8-B. That is a bloody crosswind. Oh. Oh well. I hit a tree. I'm so terrified of hitting that other guy over there. But I actually went into the tree. That's better than landing on another player. There you go. So that is it, I think, for this essential R3 live stream. Ejecting. Yeah, you don't have a lot of control. Unless there was, it looked like I had full flap, didn't it? I don't know quite what happened there. So, thanks for tuning in. Chris, thank you very much for your advice as I was flying. That certainly helped. But it's challenging, fun, and it requires a degree of skill. That's what makes some of these games so much fun. I can't. There you run. I can only walk. I'm just going to have a look at my Av8-B. I survived. Cheese. So, thank you very much for watching, much appreciated. I'll do it again soon, maybe with a different aircraft, because in DCS at the moment there's 30-day free trial on everything. So you can download and try everything, and I'm definitely going to buy that Av8-B. That was a lot of fun. But so yeah, thanks very much for tuning in. If you haven't, please subscribe, and we'll do it again soon. This is Dom from the Essential RC YouTube channel signing out. Cheers. Take care. Look after yourselves and your families. Cheers. Bye.